bless football, Billy Gill.
God bless football, Mikey A.
God bless football, Stugotz.
Thank you, Mikey A. We have a lot going on. Big game last night. You guys are all fired up about Dak Prescott. By you guys, I mean Mikey A and Billy are just taking shots, unnecessary shots at Dak Prescott. No, what do you mean no?
Unfair, falsehood. That's not what's going on. Look, can we just start this way?
Yeah.
Thank you, Cowboys, and thank you, Seahawks, for finally having a good Thursday night football game.
For entertaining us, yes.
Yes, thank you.
Right.
It makes sense. It's the first Thursday night game where they literally had a week. Like, it wasn't they played Sunday and then they played Thursday. They played last Thursday. Right. It was garbage. And now this Thursday, it looks good.
They had a full week of rest. You're right. It's a good point, Mike. I didn't even think about it last night as I was watching the game. I'm like, wow, these two teams are playing well, you know?
Did you see the big news? So there's going to be a flex this year, which I was kind of surprised by the game that's getting flexed out. The game that's getting flexed out is actually a Chiefs game. So Monday Night Football is choosing not to go with Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce because they're playing the Patriots.
Oh, okay. Makes sense. Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, imagine that a few years ago, huh? Patriots getting bumped. I know.
Against Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
Like
it is crazy.
Andy Reid, Belichick? Nah, get that out of here.
We have a lot going on. Cowboys win last night, 41-35 over the Seahawks. Dak Prescott, last 7 games. I want you guys to hear this, okay? Before I tell everyone who's joining us today, we have Washington and Oregon tonight, Pac-12 championship game. Very exciting weekend coming up. But Dak in his last 7 games, guys, 70% completion percentage, 23 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. I don't trust him. I mean,
you don't trust him?
Do it in the postseason. I am tired.
Do it when it matters.
Yeah, do it when it matters. I mean, do it. Listen, next week they have Philadelphia at home. Beat them. Now, he threw for 3 touchdowns, no interceptions at Philly a few weeks ago. They lost the game. Do that and beat them.
Here's the thing, Mikey, is I think that we influenced Stugotz in what we were saying before the show started. Because if we hadn't had that conversation, he was ready to call Dak the best quarterback in the NFL.
He didn't want to be the outlier.
He knows me so well, Mikey. He really.
Well, for those of you who were not listening to us pre-show, which was everybody, because how could you have been? Dak Prescott seems to be a little... Here's a little screen pass here. Here's a little screen pass there. Pass interference, 80-yard gain. And here's a little screen pass for a touchdown, 3 yards.
Are you accusing him
of... He is a little check down Charlie.
Right.
But the thing that he has mastered right now that Billy and I were discussing prior, Dak Prescott has become the king of throwing the pass interference ball.
Mm-hmm.
He underthrows a long shot and just waits for the DB to run into his receiver, and they get the flag. Every time. He's really good at it.
Are you saying that? Skill. Are you saying it's a skill, or does he not have an arm?
Oh,
That's
it's
good enough. Okay.
No, it's definitely a skill.
All right.
It matters.
Okay, really?
No, him and Gino were both utilizing that weapon last night. I feel like the weapon last night's MVP was defensive pass interference, like right by the end zone.
And DK Metcalf. I mean, that guy's hard to stop.
How about I forgive my ignorance. I didn't know DK Metcalf was so fast. I didn't know that DK Metcalf was going to own the fastest speed in the NFL this season.
Really?
And hey, I'm going to ruin the Dolphins party. I'm now the fastest person in the league this year.
All right. Are you watching? Did you watch the Seahawks for the first time last night, or what's going on there?
I didn't watch it for the first time, but like all season long, it's been Dolphin, fastest person, another Dolphin, another Dolphin, another Dolphin. DK Metcalf. Oh my God, he's the fastest person in the league. And you know what it is that confuses or that has deceived me on that? He is so big and strong that I'm like, how can someone that size also be so fast?
He's a freak. I mean, he really is. Well,
I'm
saying that. I'm saying that in a good way, like a freak athlete, Billy. I'm not saying he's a freak. I mean, I said he's a freak.
So I have a question. If he's so big and strong and he's so fast, let me ask you this: why isn't he better? Why isn't he better?
I don't know. Geno Smith. I mean. I don't know. I don't have an answer for you. I really don't.
I like the game of who do we blame for DK Metcalf not being the best player in the NFL.
This is fun.
I'm not certain.
Pete Carroll?
Geno Smith was taken.
Yeah, how many names do we go before we blame DK? I mean, it's not his fault, right?
No, that is not an option here. You sound silly.
Billy,
Metcalf,
if you were the quarterback of the Seahawks, you would be throwing to him on every down. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I'm with you. I think I'm with you. Yeah, I'm with you.
I mean, God bless TJ Lockett, but enough.
Yeah.
Tyler.
There you go.
That's a fun. We are loaded today, Billy. We have Austin Ekeler. He's going to join us. Raheem Mostert's going to join us. Jevon Holland is going to join us. The guy who caused the Fail Mary against the Jets. Well, it wasn't his fault. Was it?
Mostert and Holland, what are you doing to me?
Sorry.
It's weird.
What are you doing to me?
We have, I mentioned Ekeler. We have the boys making the picks. We also have Chris Sims, and we have Mike Golick hopped up on drugs. I mean.
Well, hold on.
Real.
You're burying the lead.
What?
We have the final BCS rankings of the season. Our playoffs are set, and you're going to find out who made it and who didn't make it in our BCS rankings with Mike Golick.
It is a great point. I'm sorry I left that out. And we do it while he's hopped up on drugs.
Well, yes, but it'll make sense once you get to that portion.
Billy, do we have a game this week to play with our listeners for DraftKings?
We do. Go to dkng.co/LeBatard. Compete against us in fantasy. Once you're there, if you become a friend of the Le Batard and Friends group, then every week it's very easy. Just go there and you'll see the weekly competition in there and you can compete against us. You don't have to go through the whole rigmarole of going to the internet and all that stuff.
Do you ever play any old school games like Frogger or something like that? I mean,
I used to throw down on some Frogger, but not anymore. No,
really?
Not anymore. Yeah.
Billy, do you know what Frogger is?
Yeah, you're shocked that Austin doesn't play Frogger in 2023?
No, I'm shocked that he's actually played Frogger and knows what it is. That's what I'm shocked.
No, for sure. Yeah,
I'll bring it a little more current. Mario Kart?
How do you say it?
Mario Kart?
Oh, okay. I was like, is that an accent thing?
That's a little New York thing.
Okay.
Mario Kart?
Yeah. No, all good.
Wait, how do you say it? I want to hear you say Mario. Go ahead.
Mary. That's funny. It's funny to me. Mario,
right?
Mario, whatever. That the plumber dude with the red hat.
The plumber who drives.
Yeah. right. Who doesn't do any plumbing?
Beats up on turtles.
Right. I used to play that back in the day, but yeah, haven't played it in any sense. I've actually been doing some poker tournaments, for giveaways and stuff like that. I'm doing a bingo night coming up, some community events that are going to be fun. So more mainstream things there, but League of Legends is definitely my guilty pleasure, I guess you could say.
How was Friendsgiving, Austin?
Friendsgiving. Wow. So for me, it was just virtual because my mom is in Colorado and my little brother's in Wyoming. And so we got on the phone for a couple hours and we're just chilling together and just catching up on stuff that we're looking forward to. Wyatt actually was player of the week, defensive player of the week in the I forgot what their conference name is for Wyoming and what the conference is, but he had a sick pick six. That I was so proud of him. And so we were just catching up on everything. And that was his last game. And now he's going to his bowl game and then he'll probably come catch some of my games. So it was good to catch up with the fam because we don't always get that time together since we're both in kind of the same football schedule and he's got school and everything. So
tell me you didn't watch that dreadful Jets-Dolphins game on Friday. Please tell me you didn't watch that thing.
No, I did not watch that one. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
There's some games that excite me. That one was not on the list.
Really?
Yeah.
Austin, I am wondering here. What was that, Mike?
And he played them.
Well, of course, yes. They beat the Eagles, Mike.
That is wild.
The Broncos.
Austin, seriously, think how crazy the game it is that you're playing, right? Okay, where the Colts are in the playoffs right now, the Falcons are in the playoffs right now, your team is not in the playoffs right now, the Eagles are the best team in the NFL, they lost to Zach Wilson. What a crazy game, man.
It's absolutely wild, man. And I think that's why it has the popularity that it has, because it's predictable, but it's also amazing at the same time because unpredictable things can happen. And, you have tendencies and things like that, but it's not uncommon for crazy stuff to happen. Whereas an upset, the fans are going to make an uproar about it and people are going to comment on it. But it's yeah, that happens. This is the NFL. Any given Sunday, anyone can win. You got to show up every single week. And, we're seeing that with our team where, we got to make sure we're getting back to the expectation that we're supposed to be playing at. And so, yeah, it doesn't surprise me when crazy stuff happens in the NFL. That's what makes it so amazing and so competitive.
I am asking this strictly out of curiosity. I'm not trying to put you in a bad spot. I promise you. Okay, but
I feel like now you're putting me under the.
Well, the neck's up now.
Listen, answer however you want or don't answer. Okay, but I've always wondered what it's like when you're in the middle of a season and your coach there's rumors swirling around your coach and the future of your head coach. Does he talk about that stuff with you? Do you guys talk about it amongst yourselves? How does that work?
Yeah, absolutely. It's really important actually, because we have to stay together in the locker room, right? Like the last thing we want is, this big, divide of pointing fingers and it's this fault, it's your fault. And so what I think coach has actually done a really good job of is making sure that we're transparent about it. Like, hey, this is what the media is going to come and do. Like we see it out there, right? It's impossible not to, how much our lives are covered of, the allegations of this or this person needs to do this. And for us, we have to stay in a big group where it's like, hey, we know what we have to do as an organization internally, because it's different when you're in it than from the emotional side outside of it. Like we can't get emotional. Like, yes, the game is emotional, but when we come out and work, we got to make sure that we're staying flat. We're going forward, because the thing that if it does happen and we start pointing fingers, then it gets really ugly. And then now we're not even talking about football anymore. We're talking about, drama, and we're not trying to turn this into, a drama, TV show and MTV back in the day. This is the NFL, and we got to go out there. We have a job to do. And so I think coach has done a good job of saying like, yeah, this is out there, but guess what? We all have to take, I think it was perfect. One of our linebackers coach said this. He's like, we have to take the appropriate amount of accountability for what's going on. And, I think he's done a great job of that. I said in the past, and then also, putting that back on ourselves. Like we got to make sure we're accountable for our own play and really making the message about staying together and making sure we're working together as a team and not letting all this crowd noise about who's playing well, who's not, what's going on. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. We still have to go out there and play, and that doesn't matter to us. So, yeah, it's part of sports.
So he will actually have that discussion with you guys as a team or the captains or something like that.
Yeah, he'll bring it up. Wow. We're not shying away from it. It's the reality of sports. You're going to get scrutinized. You're going to get this. Whatever's going on. If you're doing really well, you're going to get the high praise. If things aren't going to the plan, then guess what? People are going to be like, "This is what's wrong. This is what's wrong." And we've been around this. We're old enough and mature enough to understand that. And it doesn't always, like when you're in it, like I said, it doesn't always mean anything. It's just what the noise is, and you have to block out the noise. I remember Kobe talked about it one time. He came and talked to us, and he said, when a lion's hunting, when he's just looking through, like you got to look through the grass to see the gazelle. Like you look through, like the grass is all this noise, and like you got flies around your eyes. You ain't worried about any of that stuff. It doesn't matter. What you're looking at is you're looking at the prize, which is winning on Sunday for us. Like that's all we're focused about. So there's trees and all this grass popping up, all these weeds in the way of us, and like. You just look right through it. I do wonder, were you guys in awe when Kobe walked in? Like, how does that work? As I say, awe. Right. I mean, it's Kobe, it's Kobe. Like, it was being around so many professional athletes, that it brings the human element back to people. Like, people are people. Like, yes, Kobe is this very influential, like, person, but like being around a lot of those types of people really makes it seem interesting. I'm a fan of him for a different reason. Instead of the awe factor, it's more of this man is really respected and really done it at a high level for a really long time, and I'm really driven towards what drives him and that factor that keeps him on top. It's instead of really the fan, like, oh my God, it's Kobe piece of it. And so I'm a fan for that reason, for the drive and all that, instead of kind of like the wowness factor of this is a celebrity standing in front of me.
Austin, do you get awed by anybody now? To like musicians, actors, for you business people? Like, does anybody get you like, wow? It'd be great if Warren Buffett was the guy. Warren Buffett. Yeah, like Warren Buffett.
Man, I think I just have a general respect for people that have really continued to grow. It doesn't even matter what field they're in, but have continued to push to a point where now they make an influence on other people's lives. Like that really gets me going. And that's what I look forward to. And that's what I look up to. That's the concept. When people ask me, they're like, hey, is there people that you look up to? Not necessarily, but I look up to that concept, that people that have been able to grow in their career to a point where they were able to impact the people around them and have success in what they were doing at the same time. And I think that's so special, because I think that's where I find my fulfillment. Like that's that's where I want to be in my life. I want to push towards where I was able to have success, but then also impact positively the people around me and leave a legacy through that. And I think that's so special. And so I look up to a lot of people, and it's a lot of people, like even like people like yourselves, that you guys are making an impact, like, and having success and continuing, like, you know, with the media side of it, where it's like I want to be like able to do that one day. And that's what I'm pushing for. And man, so I look up to that concept more so than an individual that's like, wow, like all those people wow me.
I can't believe Austin Ekeler looks up to us. Like,
don't
pull that thread. Don't pull that thread.
I look up to the concept. Yes.
The concept of you
that you have lived by and put out there. Yes.
So Kobe came, he spoke to the team. Did you maintain a relationship with Kobe after that?
No, there was just a couple times. Yeah, it was just a brief. You came in and just addressed the team.
All right. Well, how does this one work? So when the owners, if indeed your coach does get fired after the season, and the owners are looking for a new coach, do you expect the owners, as a veteran, as a team captain, as one of the best players on the team, should the owners consult the players on who the next head coach is going to be?
Nah, that's above our pay grade.
Really?
It's definitely above our pay grade.
I think you guys should have some say. I think guys like you and Keenan Allen should have some say. I'm serious, Austin. Like, you guys know who you want to play for.
So I guess I haven't been I've been around, but I haven't been around long enough to have that type of influence in that organization, right? Where it's like you have ownership in them, right? Where it's like, and it's different from like the football side where I'm part of the team. And so I think it's more of a decision that they have to make as far as looking at the business and the culture that they're trying to establish. And I think there's just more that goes into it that I'm going to be putting into it. Like the metrics that they use might be a lot different than what I use. And so I don't know. Even that goes as far as like the draft. Sorry, Billy. What's up, man?
No, I was trying to signal Stugotz. I had a question about the draft.
I knew you had a question, Billy. I know. So, Austin was still talking. He stopped for you. He does look up to you, Billy.
Well, no. So your brother was the Mountain West Defensive Player of the Week, as you pointed out.
Mountain
so
West,
like, yeah. So like, do you come draft time? You maybe go around, maybe sneak some tape in there, maybe drop some hints. Hey, I hear about this Wyatt Ekeler out there. I mean, what do you think?
For sure. I mean, this is the second time he's been, Defensive Player of the Week. So I mean, he's been doing really well, man. He's flying around, super athletic, like just same at work ethic as me. And so he's only a junior right now. I think he's going to take he's got like the extra COVID year. So I think he's going to go back for that and kind of really try to get himself established as one of the solid safeties just in college football, and then probably take that leap and come over to the professional side.
Do you guys fight often, you and your brother?
No. So we're 7 years apart. And so it wasn't like when we were growing up, it wasn't really much of a fight, like, cause I was just so much more developed and older than him. And so it was like, basically I just beat up on him. Just that brotherly love. Like we play like football, and I'd like be on like my knees, and I'd run on my knees and then just like smoke him. And then he would never get by me, and I would stiff arm him and, things like that back, brother stuff back in the day. And so now it's kind of turned into more of like I feel like he just like kind of really looks up to like the example that I'm setting. And I really just kind of continue to give him nuggets to continue to live by and continue to just grow him. It's really his mentality, because he's going to have to pave his own path, but I can help him, give him nuggets to live by some principles that'll help him, continue to progress.
If we had your brother on, would he give would he dish out the dirt on you, or what? How does that work? Because
he don't have any dirt on me, man.
He doesn't. Huh? There is no dirt on you, Austin.
No, there's no dirt. Come on, man. We can get him on the podcast. Nothing but look for me. Like, I know there's a lot of people that talk about my play and stuff like that, but when you come down to like look at me as a person, like really my life goal and what I'm set out to do is continue to become a better version of myself, but then talk about that, going back to the concept I was talking about, which is then also hopefully that overlaps into other people's lives as well. And really my mission is to find fulfillment within my lives and help other people find fulfillment in their lives. So if you can't get on board with that, then it's like, I don't know what type of person you are. And so I feel like there's not a lot of dirt on me out there. But maybe there is. I don't know. I'd be interested if we.
Your brother would have it, so I'm tempted to ask. All right, we'll make this happen.
Yeah,
exactly. I mean, he would. Brothers, listen. That's what brothers do, man. They embarrass their brothers. That's what happens. I am wondering here. You go to New England this week. I mean,
we do.
Yeah.
We do.
Maybe impress somebody up there while you're there.
Oh, stop!
Oh, this guy. Going back to this Belichick thing, man. Look, I'm looking through the grass now. I'm looking right through the grass. Eyes on the prize.
Right. Are you aware of the go ahead, Mike. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You got reversed. Who needs to impress who right now? Okay, you got it reversed.
That's a good point. It's a fair point. I'm not certain players want to play for that type of coach anymore. It's why Austin should have some say. I mean, that's what I'm talking about, man. Listen, I have an idea for you. Okay. I know you said you don't want to coach, right? But yes. I'm thinking, I know you said it, you'd rather do the media stuff, okay? And I understand why. But college coaching is a great gig. So here's what I'm thinking. Go coach a college somewhere, because any college would hire you, Austin Ekeler. You bomb for 2 seasons, they fire you, and you walk away with $50 million guaranteed. What do you think?
Wow. I mean, obviously you don't want to bomb because then it ruins kind of the reputation. But the $50 million, look, that's
a lot.
As you know, there's a lot of ways to make money in this world, and look, I've been playing in the NFL for a while now, so I've established, some type of base of funding. And so for me, the reputation would be more than the 50 million, in my opinion.
The teams in the playoff right now are 6-5. Like, you still have a shot, Austin.
Yeah. Look, you're not out until you're out, man. And, right. Jacksonville was 4-7 last year, and they ended up beating us in the first round of the playoffs.
Yeah.
And so, looking through the grass, man. Remember what Kobe said. I'm looking through all the distraction. Eyes on the prize,
Okay.
Like beat New England, get the streak going. We got one at a time.
All right. Don't lose to the Patriots, man. I don't want to talk to you after you lose to the Patriots. I mean, the Ravens is one thing, not the Patriots, though.
All right.
Okay.
Look. I'm not trying to lose, damn it.
We know. We know you're not, man.
Yeah.
All right, buddy. Well, good luck this week up at Foxborough. And that's a long fucking trip, Austin. Jeez. I'm sorry.
It is.
To go play Mac
Jones. It's what I signed up for. It's all good.
And you get paid. Well, you don't get paid as well as you should get paid, but that's me saying it. Austin didn't say it. That is me. Those are my words. Okay. They should be asking you about who the next head coach should be. But anyway, we'll talk about it another time. Austin, we appreciate it. Anything you want to promote on the way out, sir?
Yeah. If you guys want to show up to bingo night coming up on Friday here, I have a Discord server, and they are putting on, it's called X Games. Check it out on Discord. You can just go check in X Games. They are putting on a bingo night this week. So Friday, check out a bingo. If you want to follow it, just follow me on Instagram. We'll be putting out promos on it and stuff like that. So if you guys want to go check out my Discord server, they're putting on a bingo night. You can win some jerseys signed by me, and I have some other signed stuff that they're giving away if you win that. So good luck if you join up for that.
All right, Billy, awesome. What?
I was going to ask what the prizes were, but he just told us.
Oh, there you go. Get some signed stuff on that wall over there.
All right.
Nice. All right,
Billy,
guys.
you do it. Listen, you'll have to, Billy. If I joined bingo night, you would have to show me how. Everything you just said to me is a foreign language. Okay. Frogger. Okay. Austin, good luck to you this weekend, man. I feel 10-7. I do. I feel a run coming. I feel you guys going 10-7. I feel you guys making it a nice little run in the playoffs. How about that?
Let's do it. Man. I feel you. All right. We'll see you boys next week.
Jevon, some of us are doing better than others because there's a Dolphins fan in here and there's 2 Jets fans in here. So
a little bird did tell me that there was a Jets fan in in here. Unfortunately, I'm just sorry for that outcome. Yeah, it's tough.
Who's that little bird? Who was the little bird? I want to know.
When I first joined, somebody said, Mike, it might have been you. Sorry about that, man.
The bird isn't so little. How's that? That should tell you which one it was.
I have so much to ask this guy. I really do. And it's all about one single play, perhaps the greatest play in the NFL this year. Mike, we're the Jets. That's what happens to us. These are the things that happen to us, the team, and our fans, Mike. You know that.
That's where I want to start with Jevon. If it was any other team, would you have even tried to return it? Like, if it was the Bills, would you just been like, oh, I'm just going to go down? No, it's the Jets.
If it was the Bills, I would have tried a backflip, probably. I would have tried to throw a little backflip or something. I
like that.
Throw a little extra something on the end.
Wait, Jevon also played wide receiver, so he was taking that thing to the house, right, Jevon?
100%. And I'm a returner too, so that's people don't they forget that I'm a returner too.
Yeah.
Jevon, I have a question for you. So who do you think was more upset about you returning that for a touchdown? Was it the Jets fans? Was it the Jets? Or was it TCL, who you're here on behalf of, who you cost $1 million in TVs that they now need to give away?
Honestly, I think they were more excited than upset. I had no idea that the Jets, that TCL was actually doing like the promotion. It's the ultimate game day upgrade. They've been doing this like all season. And apparently I'm like the first one that they had actually like come to fruition. So I didn't know about it until after the game. My agents hit me up and they were like, yo, turns out you won a 98-inch flat screen TV, and TCL is giving like $1 million worth of flat screen TVs out 98 inches. So I'm like, man, add more, the merrier. So no, it was great. It was great.
Little did you know when you were returning that and embarrassing the Jets and their fans, you were getting a TV too. I mean.
Right.
So tell us, how'd you get connected with TCL in the Ultimate Game Day?
They hit me up after the game. I had no idea, like I said, before the game, but they hit me up after the game, and they're basically telling me about this upgrade thing that they had going on. And so I honestly, I thought it was cool. I thought all of the upgrades that they had during the season, they were pretty unique, and not many of them happened. Like I was the first one, but they still got them going on. Like there's one this Thursday night game, the Cowboys, the Seahawks. If any of them score, 50 points or more, then they're giving out like $50K in TVs and flat screens. So shout out to TCL, man. A lot of people might get TCL mixed up with TLC, but it's tcl.com/upgrades. You guys go in, check it out, see if you can enter in to get those upgrades, because
no scrubs.
That is well done by you, my man.
I'm definitely getting the upgrade. So
no, you're good at this. That was well done by you. There are 3 people on the Zoom who could use a TV. I mean, what do you think?
Decide who gets them, or
hey, I might have to put in a little word for y'all, man.
Keep in mind, 2 of us are Jeff fans, though. Okay.
Yeah.
You ripped our heart out. The least you could do is put a TV on my wall. You know what I'm saying?
A 98-inch TV is a wall, Jevon.
It's 84 inches wide. I put my tape measure up to my wall. I got like 2 inches of room on each side, so I think I'm pretty good.
Wait, what's your wingspan?
My wingspan? Like,
yeah,
I don't even.
Can you carry the TV? Like, it's a massive TV.
No way.
I don't know. 84 inches is huge, dude. Like, I don't know if I got that type of wingspan, but
Wilkins could, right? I mean,
right.
Wilkins.
No,
could
he might be.
Right?
He might be able to. I might be Wimby if I could carry that type of TV.
All right, so wait a second. So the ball's in the air. The Jets are going for a Hail Mary that turns into a Fail Mary, okay? Like, we need to know this. Just put us there. You see the ball, it's coming to you, you catch it, you're running it back. Like, put us there. What are you thinking as the whole play is going down?
As soon as the play happens, as soon as I see him throw the ball in the air, because I thought he was going to get sacked. Right. He threw it in the air. I check my left and my right. I see my fellow DBs boxing out, because usually, like, I'm back there to knock the ball down. And that's what we practice, like, me knocking the ball down. No. Second quarter, like going into halftime, couple seconds left. We're about to get the ball coming out of halftime. I was like, oh, yeah, let me make something happen. So, boom, I get the ball. Immediately, I'm thinking return. It's kind of like drop field goal when there's a whole bunch of slow linemen, and that's about it. Maybe a kicker or so. But, I just let the punt returner in me just flow, and it worked out for the best of us. And then Christian threw a crazy block on Breece Hall, pancaked him, and then I had to shift my man Tim Boyle, unfortunately, but I had to do what I had to do to get to the zone. So,
right.
What did you see in the scouting report so that you knew Tim Boyle wouldn't be able to tackle you?
It wasn't much. I seen some tape years ago, just, lack of tackling ability after a pick. So I was like, you know what, I could take advantage of that.
Mike, it just dawned on me. We would have taken a sack. We would have cheered. We would have cheered on sack. Yes, Timmy got sacked. Go ahead, Billy.
Jevon, I have some bad news for you. I looked it up, and your wingspan is 76 5/8 inches. So you cannot carry the TV by yourself.
Carry the TV. Definitely going to need some assistance for sure.
Yeah.
Wait, so Wilkins was chugging down the field and he was pancaking guys for you? That's great.
Yeah, he was pancaking guys, lead blocking for me. He was like, come this way. So I had to follow behind my man, 94.
Wait, did you enjoy, you had the rare Sunday off because you guys played on Black Friday, which was interesting. So did you watch the games on Sunday? Like, how do you do that? How does that work for you?
Yeah, I just turned them on. I mean, it felt like when I was back in high school or in middle school, I used to get up early and watch games with my pops. So it felt good to just be able to do that, chill on the couch, relax, enjoy football.
We have Raheem Mostert's going to join us actually in a little bit here. And so I am wondering, because I asked Raheem this, and he tells me if I ask Tyreek, he'll say Tyreek, and if I ask Waddle, he'll say Waddle. So I'm going to ask you, okay? If I line those 3 guys up, 100-yard dash, okay? Mostert, Hill, Waddle. Who is winning that race?
If it's 100 yards,
yes.
I think it might be Reek. I think it's going to be Tyreek for sure.
Okay. I'm going to tell Mostert you said that. He's going to be very
upset. You tell him. I mean, hey, you tell him. I mean, hey, it's good money for all 3 of them, but I think it might be Tyreek.
So why were you specific to the 100 yards? What if I made it shorter, 50?
If you made it shorter, I don't know. Honestly, I think long distance might help Raheem, but I've seen Tyreek run like all day, and he has not slowed down. So
okay,
I think
Tyreek Hill. I think this is going to be an obvious yes for you, but I think Tyreek Hill is the MVP of the NFL this season. Do you agree?
Yeah, I mean, he's having a phenomenal year for sure.
What's it like guarding him in practice? Like,
it's very difficult. Like it's just like certain things he does. Like, it's not the fact that he's fast; it's the fact that he's fast in and out of his break. It's not like, and he can run elite routes as well. That's the difficult part in guarding him, is that he's not just a fast straight line guy. Like, he can run left, right, up, down. Like, he does all of the change of direction just as fast as he runs straight. So that's what makes it tough.
We love your coach. How would you describe Mike McDaniel?
Unique,
one
of a kind for sure.
Really? Like, never had a coach like him ever, right?
Never had a coach like him.
When you see the video and he's cold and he's outside and he's telling Jet fans that he's cold, but also reminding them that he's winning, like, you love that, right?
Yeah, I mean, but in all honesty, like, I would do the same thing. I mean, if I'm cold, that Jet right there is like, it's hot. It's nice in the cold game. So I would do the same thing if I was him, especially if defense was up. Like, bro, I'm not going to just stay out there and be cold because other coaches do it. I would stand in front of the heater.
What has Hard Knocks been like for you guys? It's a little different because it's in the season.
It's been cool. It's NFL Films does a great job of kind of like hiding the cameras and not really putting them all in your face and everything like that. I think the only camera that's you can kind of see is during the team meeting. It's like in the corner. It's like a remote control camera. But other than that, they kind of just been low key. Like, they pop up when media is in the locker room and, you know, the regular media times. But everything else is they kind of like hide them. They're like invisible, you know. It's been cool. But it's also cool to like see it on TV, and now like you're watching the week and our preparation and how, you know, like Tua was preparing against Max Crosby and how Quentin Bell was able to like bump him around in practice. I thought that was really cool too.
Do you have anyone that you see that's kind of like acting up a little bit, like trying to get a little extra camera time, like your coach that's handing out cakes or anything? Like,
nah. So people have asked me if his name, Coach Campanelli, if he is like putting it on for the camera, but he's the same, if not more turned up when the cameras are off. Like, that's just him through and through. So he's a real passionate guy, loves football, loves playing ball. So
have you gotten a cake? Did you get a cake this week?
I haven't gotten a cake yet, but I do get a cake. I got one against Denver. I got a cookie cake, which is like pretty unique for DBs, 2 turnovers. So,
what's your favorite cake? Just out of curiosity.
Cheesecake.
Really? New York style?
New York style. I'm a big cheesecake guy.
You love that crust, right? Like the graham cracker crust at the bottom there?
Yes, delicious. Delicious.
I thought he was going to say Fudgy the Whale. I did. I love Fudgy the Whale.
Wait, hold on a second. You said you got a cookie cake. So are you guys getting different types of cakes for different accomplishments?
Yeah, they're like different styles. I don't know the specifics, but I know that like cookie cake was like a specific like 2 turnover defensive back cake, and then there's the regular cake, and then you get a wedding cake. So
wait, hold on.
I might get a wedding cake.
Wait. You're going to be gifted a wedding cake?
Yeah, like a giant. It's like a giant cake, and everybody shares it, of course, you know, amongst the team. But it's a giant cake. It's pretty hefty.
And do you
We're
know
in Billy's
this?
wheelhouse. I just want to announce to everyone
because it seems like there's a scale, but I'm also wondering, like, did you get a cookie cake because the bakery was out of cakes that day, and that's what was left?
Nah, he said like my position coach is the one that kind of brought it to fruition and like designed it. He said that cookie cake was just 2 turnovers by a DB, like 2 punch outs. That's like what it was for. So I was like, all right. And then he told me I might get a wedding cake or I might get a regular cake. I don't know, but we're gonna see on Thursday with the turnover, or it's called the ball meeting.
I love it. Have you ever seen Fangio laugh? He's thinking about it.
I actually, well, like I honestly have never seen him like chuckle, like actually just full on laugh. Maybe like a like smile, maybe a smirk. But he's a stoic guy, man. He's a stoic guy.
Tell him to lighten up. I mean, Jesus.
Yeah. It's just his personality. You know, he's been around the league for a long time. He's an OG. Keeps it cool, calm, collected.
Are you concerned? Like, Raheem was very vocal. You guys lost Jalen Phillips, and Raheem was vocal about that field and how dangerous that field is. Do you feel it? Do you actually feel like you're threatened while you're playing on it?
Yeah, you almost can't get your footing. Like, the field is trash. I said it in my post-game interview. I don't like the field. I think it's trash, and I think that it needs to change. It just, you can't really get your you can't really feel stable in the ground in that field. And there are a lot of injuries have occurred, especially this year, from that specific MetLife Field. So definitely needs to change.
All right, we're going to let you go here in a second, and we'll talk about TCL and the Ultimate Game Day update as well in just a second on the way out here. But you did play your college football at Oregon. Big game this weekend. They are disrespecting Washington. Washington already beat you. They're undefeated, and they're plus 10. But you have Oregon winning and covering, I'm assuming, right?
Of course. Of course. A broken clock is right twice a day, and just so happens that Washington was right on that one day, but they will not be right again. Pac-12 Championships, University of Oregon 2020.
But 10 points? I mean, that's a lot, man.
They're going to smoke them boys. I'm trying to tell you, man. Just wait. Just wait.
Bo Nick's going to win the Heisman? That's going to be his Heisman day, right?
Bodacious for the Heisman.
Bodacious. It's his 12th year in college.
Penix the same thing, though. Penix been in the league for 5 years, 6 years.
Yeah. You're in the league. It's college football. I love that we call it the league now.
Right. They getting paid big bucks, man. Shoot. If I was in college when they brought that money out, I would have still been in college to this day.
You would have, right?
Man.
That is so great. All right. Hey, you've been great. We appreciate it. Good luck the rest of the way. But one more time here on the way out. TCL, the Ultimate Game Day update. Tell the listeners what you're doing with them.
Yeah, so they still got a game day update going on. They're giving out $50K if the Cowboys and the Hawks score more than 50 points this upcoming Thursday game. You guys can go in to tcl.com/upgrades to get your chance to win TVs, flat screens, whatever you can think of this Thursday. Check it out.
So how do we do this? Send you our address? What do you want? Like, how does this work?
You got to go online. You got to go online.
No, you got to hook us up. Yeah.
You got to go online at tcl.com.
Okay.
/upgrades. That's as far as I know. Anything else, they gonna handle it. But I'm just a messenger.
All right.
And we're back.
Why?
Good episode so far, huh, Stugotz?
Yes, but why do you insist on doing that? I mean,
well, because we're back. I'm just welcoming. I guess you know what I should do is I should say welcome back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I'm just stating a fact and we're back. But if you're watching, you already know that we're back. So if I say welcome back, then it's more welcome.
Right.
Yeah.
I understand. We're back, though. I know you fancy yourself a television guy, not a radio guy, but like you say we're back and you just leave it to me and Mikey A. I mean, it's and we're back. You know what? I was thinking, and now saying welcome back would make more sense, is I'm saying and we're back, where if I say welcome back and I have that pause, then that is a space for the viewer at home who's watching on the DraftKings Network or on YouTube or on Roku or any of those things. Yeah.
For the viewer at home or Max, for the viewer at home to say, thank you, Billy. Thank you for welcoming me back. You know what I mean? Almost like Blue's Clues where like Steve or whoever says like, what is it? And you wait for like the kids to scream back and yell what it is that they're looking at. That's what I'm trying to accomplish.
Mm-hmm.
So why don't you say you're welcome then?
So I should say, welcome back. Pause. You're welcome.
You're welcome. It's good to have you.
I'm gonna make a note of that. So the next time, maybe on Monday or whatever.
You have to make a note of that. Mikey, why are you giving him bad ideas? Like, what are you doing here?
I'm sometimes forgetful.
Let Billy be Billy. Okay?
Exactly.
Let Billy be Billy.
Let
you don't
Billy
try
cook.
and stop.
Right.
You don't stop Aaron Rodgers from coming back.
No,
you don't stop Billy
You're
Gill
right.
from doing what he's going to do.
Someone should, by the way, on both accounts, probably.
What, stop you?
And Aaron.
Disagree.
What is Aaron doing? And why are we doing the thing where he's like calling season ticket holders now? Like, oh, Aaron Rodgers, I sell tickets. What is this?
Why are you mad at that? I think it's a nice touch to do that. It's nice to have listen, you have a Hall of Fame quarterback. The Jets have never had one. Name it certainly isn't one, okay? He's standing by and he's taking phone calls and he's talking to fans. That's pretty cool. Why are you bitter? Why are you so sour about that? What's
I'm
the
not
matter
sour.
with
It's
you?
You
just-
already have the division.
I mean,
Let us
Billy,
have this.
it's Friday afternoon. I mean, Jesus Christ.
Well, because here's the thing, right? And you know how Aaron goes. What if he now decides he wants to be a ticket salesman and he doesn't want to be your quarterback anymore because he likes this more than the other thing? You know what I mean? Like, you need to really like put blinders on him and have him zoned in on the one thing that you want to get done.
Mm-hmm.
Like coming back early?
That is the one thing he shouldn't be wanting to do, which I don't understand. Did you see?
Let Aaron be Aaron.
Did you see when they ask him about it and he's like, I don't really see a risk. If I re-injure it, I still have 5 to 6 months to come back. It's like, dude, this is a year recovery. This is
not for him. Yeah, but he's already proven to you that no, it's not a year for me. Like he
hasn't proven that
Billy,
to me.
It's 11 weeks. My dad had that thing, man. He was done for like 13 months. 11 weeks later, that guy is out on a practice field. I'm agreeing with you. I don't think he should play this year. I don't. I really don't. Play. You do?
You think he should play now?
I think he should play.
You, the writer of articles saying he should not play.
A2ZSports.com/New York Jets. Yes, and I put out my reasons on my article. Basically, listen, a lot of young guys on that team.
Right.
Imagine Aaron Rodgers goes in the huddle and says in a 2-minute drill, "Guys, I got this." Mm-hmm. That's a dude that said he was going to come back in faster than anybody ever from a surgery. And he did it.
Yeah.
You're going to listen to him no matter what happens. If he says we're going to go to the Super Bowl, you listen.
Yeah. I mean, they're still in contention.
Oh, no.
They're still in the hunt.
Billy, they're 4-7. I mean, right now, a playoff
it's not
team,
for this year.
The Colts are the 7th seed. They're 6-5. I mean, the Jets are in the mix. I can't believe
they need to jump like every team in the AFC.
There's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 teams between them and the 7th seed. That's it.
That's all.
Yeah, there's a shot. I mean,
they play one of them.
RELAX, you know?
What you have a top 5 this week?
I do have a top 5 this week, but I love that Mikey A wants Aaron Rodgers to play quarterback. And what are we doing? Sending Zach Wilson to the ticket office, like or Boyle?
I don't think he could sell any tickets.
You know.
Hi, this is Zach Wilson. Click.
I think it's the actual opposite thing. Is Zach Wilson's calling the season ticket holders, and somehow he's like, "What's the company credit card number?" They're like, "Wait, what's going on now?" Zach's like, "Oh, they want to sell me something. It's a great deal." And it's like, "No, Zach, no, that's not how this works."
What if his pitch is, "Listen, I promise you, I'm never playing quarterback again for this team." Maybe, right? Are you guys into the Pac-12 championship game tonight? Oregon and Washington. Interesting game.
I'm floored that it's double digit for Oregon.
I can't believe
Washington is still undefeated.
I know.
I mean,
well, not only undefeated, but they beat Oregon
and beat them.
I know, and now it's a neutral field. And the last thing you want, if you're the Oregon head coach, Dan Lanning, is you're playing a team that's undefeated. You're playing a team that's already beaten you. And now Vegas has put a chip on their shoulder by disrespecting them and saying, hey, we know you're undefeated. We know you beat that team already, but we're still putting you as a 10-point underdog. That's a chip Dan Lanning doesn't want to deal with. I'm serious. Billy, why are you making a face? Yeah, I'm serious.
You think that? You don't think that if you're Oregon and you see that you're favored by 10 points or whatever it is against Washington, a team that's already beat you, they're the number 3 team in the country, that you're like, yeah, everybody knows we're better than them. Yeah, we're going to go through and we're going to dominate them. You don't think that's giving them confidence?
No, I do think it gives Oregon confidence. What it gives Washington is a chip on their shoulder. We've beaten you, we're undefeated, and you guys still think that we're 10 points worse than Oregon. Billy, they beat Oregon. And
I know, but you think that Dan
underdogs.
Lanning, the coach of Oregon, is worried about Washington having a chip on their shoulder? Yes,
he saw that spread and he wanted to throw up. I'm telling you right now, as a coach, he wanted to throw up. Mikey, hey, do you agree?
Oh yeah, that's not something Oregon wants. That's not something Oregon wants. Is for them to. I'll bet he's been trying to hide it from everybody.
Yeah, right.
No, you guys are reading that wrong. You're 10-point underdogs. Nobody believes in you.
Right.
Get out there on the practice.
Right. We're not 10-point favorites. We're 10-point underdogs. That's funny. Hiding the spread from them. I do have a top 5 this week, Billy. Very excited. By the way, you starting to feel bad for Austin Ekeler? I am. Like every week. I'm struggling to get through a conversation with him because I know how badly he's hurting inside and on the outside too, by the way, physically. But I know how badly, like I know this is wearing on him. The 1-score games, not winning games, the team being that talented and not being able to do much. And so I'm starting to feel bad for our friend Austin Ekeler.
Well, here's also the thing. If we're going to, look at this like an outer body experience, if Austin Ekeler was on any other let's say you were a Chargers fan, Stugotz,
and
Austin Ekeler was on any other show that was not this show, you would be ripping him for doing a podcast every single week when the team is 4-7 or whatever they are. Like 100%. You would be like, stop doing the podcast. What are you doing? Why don't you focus on not fumbling the ball?
It's not something that I would do, but he should not be surprised if Charger fans do it. I mean,
this again?
yeah. But I'm not saying it. I mean,
what is the end goal with this? You're going to try to get Chargers fans to rail against God Bless Football to get Austin off the show?
I don't know.
Okay.
I have no idea. I don't really have an angle, but you're right, Billy. It's things that I would say, and I'm just putting it on the audience. I'm putting it on the fan base in those particular cities. You're right. I mean, you're on to me. Are you ready for my top 5?
What is it?
Top 5 teams that need to win this weekend.
Oh, boy.
I mean, all teams need to win, with the exception of a few. Some need to lose. Because do
you have top 5 teams that need to lose this weekend also?
I wish I had that, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. Top 5 teams that need a loss, that need an L. I do. I'll do that next week. I'm sorry.
Lions.
Fuentes loves that idea. Top 5 teams.
Can't wait for Monday now.
Can you put one together quickly? Top 5 teams that need an L? Give me a second. Okay, good. Because I have top 5 teams that need a W. Okay. Are you guys ready? Do you have the sound that accompanies this, Mike Fuentes?
I do.
Multitasking. All right. Top 5 teams.
Well,
that
you
need
just
a
asked
loss.
him to put together a top 5 list also.
So Fuentes, it could be a humbling loss. You know, they just need a loss just to be humble.
That's what they're going to be. You know, obviously number one. Everybody knows number 1 already, but
no. I mean, you also need a loss if you want to improve your draft status.
Guy,
you know?
Don't ruin the game.
You want to go into the playoffs. You know, a little. You know,
I'm just giving him some options, Billy. I'm sorry.
He let him make his list.
All right, it's his list. You're right. Top 5 teams that need a win. Are we ready?
Patriots could use a loss desperately.
Now you're talking. I mean, I thought you just said let him make the list. It's his list.
Well, I'm trying to make a list too.
Oh, okay. OLI, I have one. Ready? San Francisco 49ers. Your favorite on the road against what many people feel the best team in the NFL. Brock Purdy, you want me to believe in you? Beat the Eagles on the road. Playoff-like atmosphere. Do it in the postseason. Purdy, beat the Eagles on the road. And then, if you do it in the postseason. Until then, Croc Purdy. All right?
By the way, if you're just consuming this on YouTube or the DraftKings Network, you might want to check out Chris Sims' segment on the podcast, because Chris Sims said that if Mac Jones was the quarterback of the 49ers, he would be Brock Purdy.
That's crazy. Let's go to number 5 here. The Jacksonville Jaguars. Blow out a team at home. I'm tired of the road wins. I'm tired of the wins in Europe. Blow out a team in Duval County. How about that? Number 4. The Rams. Don't look now, Billy, but Sean McVay, Matthew Stafford, and the Rams in the mix.
Let me ask you guys something that I was thinking.
Are you looking?
Just in my head.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I shouldn't say out loud, but just based solely on voice and intensity.
Yeah.
Nothing else. None of the bad things. So just make a note. We're removing all of the bad things. Just in voice and intensity. Sean McVay is going to age into John Gruden.
Well, I mean, not the bad parts, right?
I said take out all the bad things on the front end. I made that very clear.
I just wanted to make sure. I'm trying to help Fuentes with a list. I mean,
and
just take his emails away. It's fine.
Okay. All right.
Took all the
Frank
bad
Caliendo's going to be doing an impersonation of Sean McVay in a few years. I hear what you're saying.
Number 3, the Packers. Billy, I think you agree with me on this. If you want to be elite, beat the elite. They play the Chiefs this weekend.
Well,
Jordan Love is playing well. Packers are in the mix. They need a win. They do. They need it badly. They need it badly, Billy. They need a win far more so than Kansas City does. How about that?
What about their win on Thanksgiving?
Well, no, they need another one. Number 2, the Lions. Let me see you bounce back after a bad loss on the road against a decent team. Let me see it. I want to see it. If you're a Super Bowl team, you'll do it this weekend. Number 1, the Dolphins. On on the road, little bit of a tricky spot. The Commanders at home, Billy, and Baltimore is off. And so if you want to keep pace with the Ravens for the 1 seed in the AFC, you need to win this game and set up that matchup, Dolphins-Ravens, a few weeks from now. Dolphins, a lot of pressure. Win a game on the road. What I got.
Not going to lie, up until the end there, I thought we were still doing the teams that need a loss.
Yeah, it's a very confusing list.
Do we have that, my Fuentes? Go quick.
I can do really quick. Well,
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Number 5 is the Eagles. You don't want to go in owing the universal loss
faster
into the playoffs.
Okay,
exactly.
Faster.
No sound. Teams that need a loss are the Patriots, there's somebody else here with 2 wins. The Cardinals. They all need losses because you got to get into the Caleb Williams sweepstakes. You have to. And then we're running out of time. There's 5 seconds. I don't know.
Bad list.
I don't know. We really petered out. God bless football. Everyone enjoy the football weekend.